Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar Cultivating Success, Unleashing the Power of Web Forms for Event Optimization and Fundraising. This webinar is conducted by GirikForm and we have a product called Girik Form Builder that helps create like web forms which can be easily integrated into Salesforce and can be 100% natively built on Salesforce without having any coding knowledge. Uh, this particular webinar is around event optimization and fundraising organizations. And we will be covering a lot of interesting topics around what are web forms, the tips for event optimization, how can fundraising be enhanced and through the usage of web forms. And this will really help you if you are into fundraising and you are into event management. And these techniques will really help you to augment your entire process and help in the overall business revenue stream. And I am Nayantara. I basically handle the product marketing at Girikon and Girik Form Builder, and I'll be taking you through a presentation regarding the same. So I'll quickly present my screen and I'll be talking about the event optimization and fundraising. Am I audible?
Yeah, Nanda.
Okay. Cultivating Success, Unleashing the Power of Web Forms for Event Optimization and Fundraising. So we'll be covering mainly these topics: why web forms, the key challenges in the industry of fundraising, maximizing event success through web forms, boosting the overall fundraising, and the best practices for creating web forms which are highly optimized for fundraising and event optimization. So what are basically web forms? Web forms are digital forms that allow users to input data and submit it to a server for processing. They're commonly used on websites to collect information from visitors, such as contact details, feedbacks, or survey responses. And web forms typically consist of various input fields, such as text boxes, radio buttons, check boxes, and drop-down menus. And web forms are an essential tool for event optimization and fundraising because they basically enable organizers to collect valuable data from attendees and donors. And by using web forms, organizers can streamline their registration and donation processes, reduce errors, and ensure that they have accurate and up-to-date information about their audience. Uh, but why do they matter? So web forms play a crucial role in event optimization and fundraising success. They are a powerful tools for capturing attendee information, feedback, and preferences. And web forms enable seamless communication and engagement with event participants. So through these web forms, you can have in really seamless communication and engagement with all your participants and attendees. They provide valuable data and insights for event organizations and fundraisers. It actually also provides you valuable data and insights regarding who have participated, what sort of activity they did, who could be the potential fundraisers. And web forms are essential for streamlining processes, enhancing attendee experience, and maximizing fundraising potential. So, as an organization, why you should use web forms is also because this will really help you to streamline your processes, enhance the overall attendee experience, and maximize raising potential. By leveraging the power of web forms, you can revolutionize your event planning and fundraising efforts. So this is the whole process of how it can basically help you in event optimization and fundraising efforts. So capturing attendee information, streamline communication, valuable insight and experience. And as a result of these three, you will overall have like revolutionized event planning and fundraising efforts. So key challenges in event planning and fundraising. So of course, each and every industry is has some of the key challenges which they are faced with. And regards to web form, how they can really help you. These are the key challenges where event planning and fundraising often suffer. So limited attendee engagement. Traditional event planning and fundraising methods often struggle to capture and maintain attendee engagement, resulting in suboptimal outcomes. So often, with the help of web forms, we can actually enhance the overall experience of the participants. And without the usage of web forms, there's always very low engagement. So participants do not have anything to engage with. And as a result, the outcomes are very suboptimal. Manual data collection. Collecting and managing attendee information, preferences, and feedback manually can be time consuming and prone to errors. If we share like surveys and web forms at the end of any event, it's of course very easy to collect the data. However, when we do manually, it's of course very time consuming and has a lot of is prone to a lot of errors. Lack of actionable insights. Without effective data collection analysis, event organizers and fundraisers may miss out on valuable insights that can drive strategic decision making. And the fourth point is insufficient communication. So, inadequate communication channels can hinder effective coordination among stakeholders, leading to miscommunication and delays. So, without the usage of web forms, it actually also leads to inadequate communication channels, which can hinder the overall coordination with different stakeholders in the organization. Limited fundraising potential. So, this is a very key challenge of fundraising organizations, that inability to leverage modern tools and techniques basically restricts the fundraising potential and impact of events. Now, where does our tool stand here? So this is the basic introduction to Girik Form Builder. It's an innovative platform designed to empower event organizers and fundraisers with robust web form solutions. Our platform offers a comprehensive set of features and tools specifically tailored to address the channels faced in event planning and fundraising. With Girik Form Builder, you can easily create, customize, and manage various types of web forms to streamline your processes and enhance the overall attendee engagement. Our user-friendly interface ensures a seamless experience, allowing you to design professional-looking forms without any coding knowledge. So this is one of the biggest USP of Girik Form Builder, that without having any knowledge of coding, anybody in your organization, whether from the operations department, whether from the admin department, can start creating forms within minutes. And in the later half of the webinar, we'll be also showing you how we can create different forms. Girik Form Builder also provides flexible integration options, including seamless integration with popular platforms like Salesforce to enhance efficiency and data management. So one of the key USPs of Girik Form Builder is also that it allows you to seamlessly integrate with data management tools like Salesforce, where through which you can actually enhance the efficiency and data management. By choosing the platform, you can also gain access to a powerful tool that empowers you to optimize your events, maximize fundraising potential, and achieve remarkable success. So how can we really maximize event success with web forms? What are the different types of forms that we can start making through the usage of Girik Form Builder or any tool that helps you in creating web forms? So first is registration forms. So these help in capturing attendee information and preferences through user-friendly registration forms. They actually also help you to gather essential details such as name, contact information, session preferences, dietary restrictions, and more. So before conducting any event, we can circulate these forms to gather information and do better planning, and of course also do better resource management through these forms. Attendee feedback forms. So these attendee feedback forms are generally shared post the event, and they help in collecting valuable feedback from participants after the event to gain insights into their experience, identify areas of improvement, and enhance future event planning. So definitely this is also a very strong sort of feedback form, which any organization should be integrating as a part of their process, which is attendee feedback form. Suppose the event is over, sending these forms will help you to enhance your overall experience and identify the areas of improvement. And definitely through circulation of these forms in the future, you will be improving upon all your events. Session preference forms. These allow attendees to customize their event experience by providing options to select preferred sessions, workshops, or breakout sessions. So what sort of sessions do your customers want? What is their preference towards whether they want to go for a workshop or like an offline event or like an online session? All these preferences can be collected through these session preferences forms. This helps in tailoring the event agenda to meet the attendee's specific interests. Again, you are reaching more closer to your customer needs and understanding what the things that they want and then gathering to those needs. Surveys and polls. Engage participants by conducting surveys and polls to gather information regarding feedback, opinions, and preferences. This valuable data can guide decision making and enhance the overall event experience. So this section is regarding event management, how through these 4 forms, you can basically increase the overall potential of your events. Now, these are the type of forms that you can start using for your fundraising efforts. And once you start using them, definitely you'll see an increase in the overall revenue, the fundraising, and the entire brand. All of these things will start improving on its own. So first is donation forms. They enable seamless online donations by incorporating secure and user-friendly donation forms on your website or event landing page. So what you can do is you can create a simple donation form where on your website or on the landing page. And through that, because we provide the required security measures and integrations as well, it's a very secure system through which you can start taking donations. Empower donors to contribute easily and conveniently, increasing the likelihood of donations. So since these forms are very easy to fill, they will of course also increase the overall likelihood of donations and the overall revenue. Sponsor inquiry forms. So basically, these capture the interest of potential sponsors with dedicated inquiry forms. These can be again also integrated onto your landing page or like the website homepage, and they collect vital information about their sponsorship requirements and preferences, allowing you to tailor sponsorship packages to meet their specific needs. So if you have donor who want to do donations in a specific manner, or if we have any sponsors who want to do donations in a specific requirement or in a specific way, we can have these forms so that we can also understand their preferences and requirements, and this will definitely also allow us to tailor the overall packages to meet their specific needs, and of course also help us to increase the overall likelihood of sponsors sponsoring like our events. Volunteer registration form. So basically, they streamline the volunteer recruitment process by utilizing web forms for volunteer registration. Often in fundraising organizations, you require volunteer for different activities and events, and having easy to create and mobile friendly or web friendly or user friendly forms help you to overall increase the likelihood of volunteers participating and registering for events. So basically, these forms gather volunteer details, availability, and skills, making it easier to assign responsibilities and ensure a smooth event execution. And now, because these forms can also be integrated into Salesforce, so you can also keep these forms for like future references. Also, if in the future you want to probably go back and see that there are certain volunteers who had like certain specific skill which could be utilized in the future event, so you can take that information from Salesforce and start like contacting those volunteers. So it makes your overall database really seamless, and for you to go back and keep referring to that database. Fundraising progress trackers. So basically, these display real-time progress towards fundraising goals using visual progress trackers embedded within web forms. So once we start putting donation forms, we can also have fundraising progress trackers where we can start understanding, like if we had a target of any specific amount, how far we are from there. This motivates donors to contribute more by showcasing the collective impact of their donations. So definitely, because when we see the visual representation of how far we are from the target and the goal for a specific fundraising effort, the donors will be more motivated uh, uh, to put money into it, and they will definitely, as a result of it, contribute more by showcasing their collective impact. Now, these are some of the web best practices for web form optimization, and these have been integrated, keeping into account that once we are integrating web forms, so what should be the best ways in which we can create these web forms so that the entire overall user experience is absolutely seamless. Clear and concise design. So what we need to do is we need to keep our web forms clean, visually appealing, and easy to navigate. This is the number one technique to keep the web forms very clear and concise, because if we have a lot of information that we are asking and it's very complicated, there's a high probability that the user will drop off. They will not be interested in filling up the form. So use a logical layout. clear instructions, and concise form fields to minimize confusion and encourage overall form completion. When we do these steps, this definitely increases the overall form completion rate also. Strategic placement of call to action. So what we need to do is we need to also position our call to action prominently on the form to grab attention. Use compelling and action-oriented language that urges participants to take the desired action, such as register now or donate today. Mobile friendly responsiveness. Ensure that your web forms are mobile responsive to accommodate users accessing them from various devices. So this is very, very important. We need to create mobile friendly forms. It should be easily accessible because 80% of the audience or the customer would be accessing your website through mobile and there's a high chance that they would be filling the form through the mobile only. So it should be very, very mobile responsive. Optimize the form layout and functionality for seamless use on smartphones and tablets. So both on smartphones, tablets, and mobile phones, it should be optimized for all the devices. Required versus optional fields. We need to strike a balance between capturing necessary information and respecting users' time. We need to identify the essential fields that must be filled out and clearly indicate optional fields to avoid overwhelming participants. So basically, there will be certain fields which are absolutely required for your organization, without which the process cannot move ahead. So we need to understand which of the information is required and which are optional, without which we can also function. So because we need to strike a right balance between capturing the necessary information and also respecting users' time. If they feel that there's too much of information which is being asked, there's a high form drop rate. So what we need to do is we need to identify essential fields that must be filled out and clearly indicate optional fields to avoid overwhelming participants. So what we can also do is we can keep certain fields which if require, if we get the information is good but is not very, very necessary. So we can keep like something like name, email ID, mobile phone number, and one more data point as like the absolutely necessary, and rest of the information we can keep as optional. Form analytics and testing. So what we need to also do is once we start integrating forms and when we start using forms, we also need to leverage analytic tools to gather insights on form performance. So which of the forms are performing well, whether it's the donation form or whether it's the volunteer form, why is it performing well? Is it because of certain CTAs? Is it because of certain fields which are included? So we need to understand through by going back into the data, and we need to look at certain metrics like completion rates and drop off points. Where are the users dropping off? Are they dropping off by where at a point where you're asking for like address, or are they dropping off at a point where you're asking for an information, a very important information like email ID? Probably the users and the customers are not very comfortable sharing their mobile phone numbers. So all these data we can take out from understanding by the analytics. So what we can do is we can conduct A/B testing to experiment with different form variations. And of course, as a result, this will help to optimize the overall conversion rates. Personalization and customization. So what we need to also do is we need to tailor the web forms to reflect your brand identity. It's very important that your brand identity is intact in any form. So whether if it's being circulated, once the user looks at it, they should be able to identify your brand. So incorporate personalized touches like custom branding, imagery, and messaging to create a cohesive and engaging user experience. So now through the Girik Form Builder, we provide certain customization and integration options. I'll be quickly talking about them. Customizable form design. So where we talked about why it's so important to have a very clear and concise and a beautiful looking form. This is where our tool Girik Form Builder also helps. So we offer a range of customization options to align the look and feel of your web forms with your brand. So you can customize your colors, fonts, layouts, and add your logo to create a cohesive and professional appearance. So this will our form design templates also help you to basically represent your brand and also make sure that the forms look very neat and clear and are very concise. Conditional logic. What we can do is also through this tool, you can take advantage of conditional logic features to create dynamic forms that adapt to user responses. Show or hide specific form fields based on participant selections, providing a personalized and tailored experience. So the conditional logic feature really helps you to create very personalized forms, and that definitely also increasing the rate of completion of the form. So what you can do is you can hide specific forms from certain users based on their past form history, or you can provide personalized and tailored experience by adding some logic features or creating some dynamic forms that can basically adapt to user responses. So this is a very important tool through which you can really make very personalized and tailored experience for your web forms. Integration with Salesforce. So this is a very strong USP of the tool, where it helps you to seamlessly integrate with Salesforce, a leading CRM platform. This integration allows you to sync data between systems, automate lead generation, and manage event registration and donor information efficiently. Form analytics and reporting. Now, again, talking about that, basically, it will help you to gain valuable insights into form performance with Girik Form Builder's analytics. So which forms are performing well, which forms have not performed well, where were the users dropping, which were the fields, whether it was the form with 5 fields that performed well, or whether it was the form with 10 fields that performed really well. So understanding all that data, we provide you insights about that. So you can track form completion rates, identify drop-off points, and analyze user behavior to optimize your form and drive better results. Now, these are some of the generic tips that also you should keep in mind, apart from integrating it your forms. And these will, of course, augment your overall event optimization, event process. And you absolutely cannot forget this while planning your next event. So start, which is you need to start plan ahead in advance to allow the ample time to organize and execute all the necessary tasks. You need to set clear goals, define specific and measurable goals for your event, such as attendee numbers, fundraising targets, or engagement metrics. So which metrics are really important for you? You need to set the goal. Understand, know your audience, understand the demographics, preferences, and interest of a target audience to tailor the overall event experience accordingly. Engaging content, what we can also do is we can create compelling and relevant content, including keynote speakers, workshop, activities, and entertainment to captivate the attendees. Simplify, which is seamless integration registration process. We need to simplify the registration process with user-friendly web forms, ensuring a smooth and hassle-free experience for participants. Effective promotion, which is using different marketing channels, including social media, email campaigns, and partnerships to effectively promote event and maximize the overall reach. Post-event evaluation, we need to conduct a thorough evaluation of the event success, including attendee feedback and data analysis to identify areas of improvement in future events. And these are some of the strategies that can be utilized by fundraising organizations to overall increase the possibility of getting more donations. So what we need to do is we need to categorize. So donor segmentation is really important. We need to categorize the donor based on their giving capacity, engagement level, and interest to create a personalized fundraising strategies. So if we have certain donors who have engaged with us in the past, how we can make them to donate with us, we need to understand all those things. So we need to basically segment our entire donor database. Storytelling. We need to craft really compelling narratives that evoke emotions and connect donors to your cause, emphasizing the impact their donations can make. This is something very important. Storytelling is something that is really important for your fundraising organization, because you need to evoke the right kind of emotions and basically make the donors connect to your cause, so that they are able to empathize why their donation is going to make a change for them and why should they be a part of it. Third is empower, peer-to-peer in fundraising. So empower your supporters to become fundraisers themselves, leveraging their networks and relationships to expand your reach. So what you can do is anybody, your customers or your supporters who are following your fundraising cause, we need to empower them to basically become fundraising themselves, whether it's a very small amount or whether it's a big amount. They need to feel empowered to to be associated with your cause, so that you can in the future leverage their networks and relationships to overall expand your reach. So anybody who's a part of this fundraising effort should feel connected to the cause and should have some sort of empowerment that they feel that they're getting through being connected to your cause. Cultivate corporate partnerships. So we need to cultivate relationships with corporate entities through sponsorship opportunities, matching gift programs, and employee engagement activities. So now again, our sponsorship forms can be used over here, where we can basically cultivate relationships with corporate entities through through opportunities, matching gift programs, and employee engagement activities. We need to utilize user-friendly online platforms that facilitate secure and convenient donation processes, making it easy for supporters to contribute. So the entire process should be really, really easy for any organization or a customer or a person or a donor to be able to donate any sort of contribution. Donor appreciation. We need to show gratitude and recognition to each and every donor through personalized thank you notes, exclusive events, or donor appreciation programs. So what we can do is that we can start doing a lot of personalized thank you notes through which can be, of course, utilized again through the data that has been integrated into your Salesforce. So any donor who has done any donation, you can go into their database and understand what sort of donation they have made, what sort of notes they have left, so that you can start sending to them personalized thank you notes. You can start doing exclusive events for them. So for example, if you have segmented donors for a specific cause who contributed in a specific month, we can do exclusive events for those or from a specific geography. So having very exclusive events for donors, that will give them a give them a feeling of being special to your organization. And also we can do donor appreciation programs. Uh, Leverage data-driven insights. Again, data is your best friend. You need to understand this, because we can, of course, leverage data analytics to gain insights into donor behavior, preferences, and giving patterns, which will really enable us to refine and optimize our overall fundraising strategies. Now, this is something that we have on Girik Form Builder, especially for nonprofits and fundraising organizations. So we actually provide 30% discount on our product. And we also provide a 15 days free trial where you can start your trial, you can explore all the features, and you can seamlessly integrate your data and your forms data into Salesforce and do different sort of campaigns through that. And I have my colleague with me, Dharmendra, who will be also showing you the walkthrough of the app, how you can create a form within minutes, and what are the different activities, what are the different features, how you can use metrics option, how you can use conditional logic. So he will be giving you a brief walkthrough of the product so that you can understand how we can create as a fundraising organization different forms for taking donations and for event planning through Girik Form Builder. Hi, Dharmendra, can you take it forward from here?
Yeah, sure. But I'm joined through, I've already told you, I'm joined through, so I can't show anything, right?
Okay. So what we'll do is इसमें हम last में वो तुम्हारा पुराना वाला इसमें part add कर देंगे video में. Okay.
If you want, I
ठीक है, I
can
think.
I can make
Sorry.
one video also, है ना? And you can add if you want.
ठीक है, मैं इसको edit कर दूंगी फिर अभी.
Yes, ठीक है.
ठीक है, I think
Okay.
अभी इसको कर सकते हैं, end कर सकते हैं.
Okay, sure.
Okay, fine. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye bye.